Hey everyone, Tony Marfione here. I have some very, very special guests. I have Charlie Bridges from Anvil Knife Works. I apologize.
I'm here.
It's Topo Chico, but we've had a few drinks. And I have JB from JB Knife Works as special guests. I hope I got that right. But, we're on the Eva Blade show. We've been working really hard and really late. We wanted to share a couple things that we've been working on. Don't know where to start because I'm totally infatuated with our builds. This is the first time we've actually had a chance to really sit down and take a look at some of our works on the bench here. So
we haven't stopped.
We have not stopped at all.
I mean, this has been busy.
So I will say I'm going to give kudos to our boy here because we were having a hard time, getting some etching down with the gator piss. We love the gator piss koi, but it needs to come with like a fucking engineering manual.
We need an instruction manual
Yeah.
so bad because gorgeous effects, gorgeous everything.
Gorgeous
But if you
everything.
don't know what you're doing, you just kind of sit there crying.
No, we were, because yesterday was that day, and
Today was a better day.
Today was a much
gorgeous.
better day. Today was a much better day, but some of the pieces, we didn't get an opportunity to finish today, but you'll see them at the show. But we did want to introduce and talk about a very special collab. A while back ago, Charlie had gifted me a piece of steel, and he had mentioned that he had used some 1940s era's coins.
Yeah.
If you could explain how you went about that. But very special piece. Yeah.
I stopped at an estate sale and a woman was showing off a jug of change, and she said that her husband had passed away. And I was like, you know what? It's a jug of change. You might find something cool.
Yeah.
The entire jar was pennies and nickels. They were all war era change, and I couldn't turn up the chance to put it into a bar of steel. And I gave you that chef's knife.
You sure did.
And I told you
God, I love
that
that piece,
you're
dude.
going to be the only person that's going to ever get this. So I gave him the bar of steel and the chef's knife together. And that's what birthed this. It really is.
100%, 100%. We got an opportunity to make just a few blades. So we brought a few examples and they are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just, we turned them into glycons. And that first roundabout that we did produced, I think it was like 3 or 4 blades. And, we did the mirror polish. The heat treat came out impeccable, flaring and everything else. But what we did want to do is for the few pieces that we have done, we managed to pick up some, I think it's, help me here.
So you have World War II zipper gun micarta.
Zipper gun micarta. I know. From our boy at Hawk's Nest.
He found some cool stuff because
definitely cool
if you
stuff.
look at all of it, it's got different colors of rags that during the war era, they just
glued it all together, I think. I don't know.
honestly, when you're in a ration of steel and you can make things with fabric and resin, it just,
So
at the time it was utilitarian, but now it's art.
We're not here to commemorate anything other than the fact that we're using some vintage materials on these pieces.
But
Charlie
it goes
using
well with the
but I just
change.
thought it would go very well. And like I said, we think, thank the guys for getting us these pieces of material because it's new for me.
That's something I don't ever use, and it's fantastic.
I mean, it's.
I think it really set it off.
Yeah,
It does.
I mean, there's a lot of modern stuff, but if the use of reclaimed materials and stuff like that is something that I'm very, very interested in. So these pieces are so freaking special; it's not even funny.
I mean, you've got World War II micarta, and then the pocket change
That's dope as shit, dude.
It's wild. It's
dope as
gorgeous.
shit, and it came out beautiful. And just a very few pieces, but that's sexy as all can be. Damn. Oh. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, as I got an opportunity to, get to know Charlie and everything else, it's like, hey, bro, I was invited out to see Coy at Baker Forge and do some forging, which, again, super humbling experience.
But you did good. Some people
I
will
didn't
just
die.
walk away. Some people walk away.
I didn't die.
And you kept
I didn't
swinging the
die.
hammer.
Yeah, so we had a wonderful 3 days and made some, especially some great memories. Outside of the steel and the stuff that we did, the memories I'll never forget for the rest of my years. I mean, I've always had a concept of how the steel was made. I've been to forges and stuff in Japan and everything else to see the guys make swords, but to get my hands dirty and see it, totally no appreciation for, picking up a bar of steel and going, oh, that's nice. No, it's just like, oh my God, I know what went into making this.
Because there's a
melon.
lot.
There's so much.
There's days
of work and everything else. So I can appreciate. So, we did manage to make a few bars and some things, which we'll talk about even further in the weeks to come. We have a couple pieces coming to the Blade Show. I think it's the cracked ice. Am I saying it? Or cracked glass?
Cracked glass.
Cracked glass. Explain that piece.
So
'cause we got a few pieces, yeah.
What we did was you and I, we welded together stacks of 1084, 80 CRV, and 15 and 20, and then we turned them on end. And after we turned it on end and we got those diagonal, we put them together and they look like broken windows.
Yeah.
And it's
It
gorgeous.
was totally dope. So we'll have a few Glycons and a few X70s. This is the most material I've ever squeezed out of one bar in my life. Our guys did great.
I don't care that you even squeezed it out of a bar. The fact that you actually hammered it with me,
Oh, it was a big deal, dude.
that's major. It was fun.
I'll never forget those pieces and the amount of time and effort and the camaraderie that went into making those pieces.
Because I
So
know
it was
your elbows, your knees, and your wrists
everything.
felt every bit of it.
That is a fact. That is a fact. So, just after that, Charlie and I had planned on doing a collab. We're like, hey, man, make some steel. We have a new SKU called it's not really new, but it's
You remade it.
it's reintroduced with the
rebirthed.
new ram lock. So it's the amphibian. And I was like, I talked to Charlie about making some steel. And what we've come up with this far has been so freaking hot. So everybody check it out. These pieces came together, and we've been humping our ass on these things all week.
A lot.
But I'll let you go ahead and show
This
the
is
screen on
honestly
that
the
one
most
there.
exhausted I've been in years, but
Yeah, ditto.
we were able to get those high sheens with the nickel and the carbon steels just perfect. And we threw our logo, my and his logo together, and
it's pretty hot.
That dagger splits that anvil, and honestly, having the Damascus pattern in the spine, on the blade, in certain areas, some of them even got it on the clip.
Fact. Yeah.
It is killer.
It came out really good. So we did a couple different configurations between just experimenting with a little bit of bluing and then, of course, some etching. And, out of all fun, some of these techniques and these carbon steels are new to me. So we were having a little bit of difficulty, and Charlie had reached out to
Spring steel is not the
Jordan,
same.
and Jordan agreed to come down and mentor us. So we thank him. Talking about a master at his works.
Showing us how to get an etch right.
Oh my God!
Because
Yeah,
the way
it's
you
huge.
and I etch is not the same he
Totally
does.
not the same. Totally not the
Well,
same. So,
and it's kind of an art in itself.
big time.
Etching in general, I think, kind of is. But the gator piss for sure it's a complete game changer.
100%.
It
100%.
doesn't etch
No,
like
because we
anything
couldn't.
else.
What you did today, we could not replicate with the old school stuff that we've done.
Because before that, I etched completely different.
Totally different.
And for all varieties of steel too, and even when I first started using the gator piss, a friend of ours made that, and me and him together, he actually, had me tweak
Sure.
some of the process too, which made it way easier.
But that's why we
100%.
needed your help.
Yeah.
Because you understood it.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker flew down here. Thanks, bro. Talking about saving my ass. Thank you.
Hey, we
know,
need you.
my pleasure.
I'll be there.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's been, an honor and a pleasure to work with you
Oh,
today.
it
But
was
just
awesome.
thank you for helping us out. That says a lot about your character and everything else. I know you got a lot going on. You have family, everything else. But thank you.
Oh,
If I could
absolutely.
thank you for that.
I
That's
mean,
been
and
awesome.
to be a part of seeing all the stuff that you guys put work into for the last several weeks or months,
Yeah.
to see it etched and how fantastic it looks.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
And we put a ton of time into this because when Charlie and I talked about doing the collab, and we had to start way early.
We did.
When I got to get an opportunity to visit Baker Forge, Charlie brought the steel that he was presenting, and we shipped it from Baker Shop to, PA to get cut and everything else, and I had already started on the parts and pieces. So,
I
there would have
showed
been no
up
way
and
to
he was
compress it
like,
into
hey,
one
I've
night.
already had all of these done. And I was, oh, cool. I can leave now. I couldn't leave. There was a lot left to do.
There was a ton to
We
do. but,
we have
it's
humped
been-
it.
Yeah, it's been a hump for this week. But these, tested some new techniques and some things that in colors and etching in titanium and in the steel has been
There's
a lot of fun.
4
Big,
separate
big
configurations that
There
we've
really
done,
is, yeah.
and they're phenomenal.
But yeah, just doing, like I said, out of everything that we've done, like I said, the old reclaimed materials, that's probably the sexiest look of anything I've ever seen. And then the amphib, doing a collab, and the logo. I think that grabs me.
Blues,
Yeah,
the
that's
blues
hot.
just jump off
Yeah,
the handle
the
on
metal.
Who cares about the blues? Have you seen that anvil?
And even this one with the Belgium hot blue, I mean, I'm seeing
It's
some greens and
wild.
some
You've
purples.
got
I
the
know the camera will probably
bronzes.
take no justice for that one there, but just everything in carbon steel, just super sexy. So, we just wanted to give you a heads up, and I've enjoyed having Charlie and also this young man right here. Super talent, super talent. So we look forward to seeing you all at Blade Show this year. And come by and see us. Come by and see Charlie at his table. I don't think you have a table this year, right?
I don't have a table this year.
That's
I'm here
right.
to have some
Look,
fun.
wherever the bourbon's going to be, that's where this young man is going to be. So between myself, Coy, and then Charlie, you'll find JB out there. But thank you. Come see us. We look forward to seeing everybody. Blade Show is a very special event for all of us.
It's the best time of the year.
For the year. But come by and see us, and we'll have a few drinks and have a few laughs. So you take care and stay tuned. Thank you.